Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We'll cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. So Stephen A. Smith is back again. Stephen A. Smith is back again. He's back again. As you guys know, the biggest story in news right now, or one of the biggest stories, certainly in American politics, is the Jeffrey Epstein files. The House voted on it yesterday. It was only one Republican that voted against it. And I don't know why. I didn't get a chance to hear what his reasons were. But leading into that, you know, the president said he would sign it on the document comes on his desk. Then the Senate voted on it the same day. And I was like, whoa. So that moved up pretty quickly. And one of the people I'm waiting to hear from is Stephen A. Smith, because I'd like to hear his comments on the Epstein thing. And as you know, Stephen A. Smith is always quick to talk about things political, and he's built himself a conservative audience, right? There's no question about it, and that's fine, right? My thing is, look, if you're going to build a conservative fan base, just at least own it. Don't hide behind this thing of, oh, I'm a centrist. Oh, I'm just looking at this thing from above, and oh man, you know, you don't try to put me in a box, man. I'm just viewing it out. Just own it, and let's move on with our lives, right? So Stephen A. Smith on his show did something that absolutely astonished me, right? And it has to do with former President Barack Obama's wife, Michelle Obama, whom, by the way, earlier this year had made some comments about Stephen A. Smith and the way things are done on First Take. And they call it the house, the Desperate Housewives or something like that. He pushed back on that and said this about her. So when he made these next comments, it absolutely stunned his conservative viewers. And a lot of them were pretty upset with him for what he had to say. Because Stephen A. Smith is essentially claiming that no one should be surprised that Michelle Obama, yes, Stephen A. Smith is saying it, could be the next president of the United States. Take a listen for yourselves.
Does anybody doubt right now, as we sit here on this day, November 17th, 2025, that if Michelle Obama came out today and said, I'm going to be the Democratic nominee, I aspire to be the Democratic nominee for the presidency of the United States of America, who would beat her? It's going to be Josh Shapiro. It's going to be Gavin Newsom. It's going to be Governor Beshear in Kentucky. Who do the Democrats have that could compete with Michelle Obama? What do you mean the country isn't ready? The country isn't ready, so you'd lose to J.D. Vance? Really? Or you couldn't have a chance to beat Marco Rubio, who I think is the best candidate the Republicans have for the presidency? Because Trump ain't circumventing the 22nd Amendment and is going to be able to run for a third term. So if Michelle Obama is really serious about what she's saying, she's also arguably seriously false. Because I believe she'd cakewalk to the Democratic nomination. And I believe she could win it all. Do you want it? Can't knock you if you don't. You're the first lady. You had experiences at the White House that most wouldn't have. You would know better than most of us. But the bottom line is, if that's the case, then say so. Don't look at this country and point to men and act like we wouldn't vote for you. Yes, we would. Yes, we would. There's plenty of men that I know that will vote for Michelle Obama. And I can't imagine any Democrat who wouldn't. Class personified, educated, smart, excellent orator. The first man who would be the first man in American history also happens to be the former president who has a similar reputation by her side. Run, Michelle, run.
So you heard what he had to say. Now, I want to supplement his comments with an article that we got here, and it has the following headline. Stephen A. Smith disagrees with Michelle Obama, suggesting America isn't ready for a female president. Then continues on. Stephen A. Smith is not on the same page with Michelle Obama regarding her suggestion that America is not ready to have a female president. This comes after Obama touched on the topic while she was addressing a crowd of women, at the Brooklyn Academy of Music on Friday, November 14th, to promote her new book, The Look. Fox News reported. To justify her claim that Americans are not ready for a female to occupy the highest seat, Obama made mention of Donald Trump being elected over Kamala in the 2024 presidential election. And then Stephen A. Smith then went on, essentially his article is saying that he went on to basically pushback on those views, right? Essentially what we just played for you. She says, as we saw in the past election, sadly, we ain't ready. The former first lady said. That's why I'm like, don't even look at me about running, because you all are lying. Y'all are not ready for a woman. You are not. Obama also stated that she feels like a lot of men in America do not like the idea of being led by a woman. You know, we've got a lot of growing up to do, and there's still sadly a lot of men who do not feel like they can be led by a woman, and we saw it, Obama said. But Smith, on Monday's episode of Straight Shooter, begged to differ after he mentioned female lawmakers who were recently elected, stating it was to show that Americans do not have any issues with having women at the helm of political affairs. The television personality and sports analyst also buttressed his point by referring to New York Governor Kathy Hochul and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton winning the popular vote in the 2016 presidential election. And then the article went on to say a few other things. What are my thoughts about this? Well, Stephen A. Smith with those comments absolutely turned off his viewers. If you don't believe me, go to the channel and go watch the comments. Go to the video on Facebook, where I think the video had over 10,000 comments. People were reeling. People were reeling. How could you say such a thing, Stephen A. Smith? How could you say such a thing? Now, I think there's a little bit of political calculation that's going on here, and I'm going to tell you why. As you guys know, Stephen A. Smith really got into it with his own community over how he was going at U.S. Representative Jasmine Crockett, right? And a lot of people came for him. A lot of people came for him, to the point where he had to essentially capitulate and say, hey, look, guys, calm down. Just a minute. Wait a minute. I apologize. And that really pissed off his audience even further. Like, you don't apologize. You stand on it, bro. You don't just apologize for it, son. You got to stand on it, man. Right? But so you apologize. This one, I don't even know where he's coming from with this one. That Michelle Obama could run for president. Now, for the president, or win the presidential election. I don't know where that's coming from, because I don't know her thoughts on a lot of issues. Now, some people try to accuse me, you know her thoughts. How do you know I know her thoughts? Did Michelle Obama ever campaign for office? Now, she may have done some campaigning for various people running for particular offices, but I didn't watch it. I don't know her views. Hell, people were saying that they don't really know what Kamala Harris, what her views were, and she actually ran in a presidential election. So I don't know what Michelle Obama's views are. I don't know what they are. I wonder if he knows what her views are anyway. Right? Now, in terms of the country not being ready for a female to win, the article brought up a good point that Hillary Clinton did win the popular vote, right? Is the United States ready for a woman to win? I think so. I think obviously there's some men that won't be happy about that idea. Sure. I think there's also some truth to that. But I also think that there are men that really wouldn't care. Right? And if America did vote for a female president, all they'll be doing is joining the party. Because the other countries and around the world, they already have female president, female prime minister. So they'll just be joining the rest of the world on this. So I don't really think so. I think that if you find a proper candidate that has the right views, that speaks to the needs and the wants and the pain that a lot of Americans are going through in that particular cycle, sure, they could appeal to a large set of American voters. I believe that. What's surprising in all of this is Stephen A. Smith is saying it. What's next? He gonna say Jasmine Crockett should be her VP? What's next? Who knows? You guys let me know what you think about it in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next episode, and I'm out, man. Peace.